There's been some big news about the future of Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
The headline from CNN here is that Social Security Retirement Trust Fund will run dry in 2032 unless Congress acts. And it's worrying a lot of folks. I'm Roy Furr with Asset Strategies. I'm sitting down with Justin Widick. Justin, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Roy. I appreciate it.
Excellent. So Justin is a co-founder and a financial advisor here with Asset Strategies. And we serve over 2,000 clients across 48 states from our offices here in Omaha and Lincoln. And we talk to people about Social Security all the time, don't we?
Every day. Yep, every day, Roy. No.
Every day.
Yeah, thanks for this time, Roy. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I want to dig just a little bit into the headline here just to set the stage for this conversation. So Justin, the Social Security Trust Fund Board of Trustees, every year, they do an analysis. They say, how's the trust fund doing?
Right.
And we've known for a while it's not been good news, but the latest analysis said that the trust fund is running out faster than previously expected.
Right.
And by the end of 2032, they're expecting the trust fund to be empty.
Yeah, we were 2033, and now they've moved it back into 2032.
One important question is, how does that impact us locally, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we do serve clients in 48 states. A lot of our clients are here in Nebraska.
Yeah.
So I pulled up the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, who did a No State Spared study. That's the name of the study on how this impacts people locally. And they say the 24% automatic expected cut, if nothing changes, to Social Security benefits for Nebraska, the average household impact is going to be $509 per month in reduced benefits. And that impacts over 330,000 Nebraskans. And it means a lot of loss of benefits, right?
That's a big deal.
It is.
For sure.
Now, maybe I'm begging the question here, but why are people worried about this? Like, what impact does the loss of Social Security benefits have?
Yeah, so the way the law works is that it determines that if they don't have the funding, that there has to be this automatic cut to Social Security, as you mentioned, Roy. And they've really been talking about that. I mean, most of you probably have been hearing about this for 10 years, 15 years, that this was coming, and now it's down the road, just a few years down the road. And as was mentioned, it's getting a little bit closer. All the time. I think this time they moved it back or moved it up a quarter. So that fear, is being kind of processed through all the media and all the different channels. And of course, we all hear that, and, that the Social Security trust fund is going to dry up, or any other, words that they might use. And then, that's a big deal, because a lot of people that this will affect, 330,000 Nebraskans, their retirement is based somewhat on Social Security. And we want to, we see that in our meetings day to day, where people are very concerned about what that's going to mean. Are they going to have to take a lower standard of living? Are they going to have to change things substantially in their budget, and all these different things that come up in this conversation? So it's top of mind for a lot of people.
So really, because there's the fear about this, which the media benefits from selling the fear about this, right? We don't necessarily benefit from selling the fear. We're more about how can we help our clients pragmatically work through what's actually going on.
That's right.
So what does it mean to Social Security? Like, is Social Security gone when the trust fund dries up? Or what does it mean if the trust fund is empty?
Yeah. So the overall, the demographics, there's a lot more people that are in retirement that are taking funds, and there's less people that are paying into the system, so to speak. And so that dynamic is causing some of these numbers. So they're, it doesn't dry up. There's still money coming in, but there's not as much money left in the system to provide that additional benefit. And then they're just trying to manage through what's coming in on an annual basis into the system from people that are currently working or owning businesses or whatever they might be doing, that are paying in Social Security benefits through withholding on their check. So that it's that balance, but it doesn't necessarily, it doesn't go away. There's still a benefit there. If this were to happen, there's still going to be a benefit. 76% of the benefit's going to be there, but it's substantial, certainly material. That kind of a cut would be a big deal.
For sure. So Social Security, because it's paid both out of the current payroll deductions
Mm-hmm.
and taxes being paid and out of the trust fund. It's just the trust fund portion. So current income only covers about 78% of benefits.
Yeah.
And so what happens if nothing changes and that trust fund does go away completely?
Yeah, I mean, then they're just looking at that balance between, income and outflows, and they got to work through that on an annual basis depending on what the benefits that can be that are paid out. And of course, most likely there's going to be a change, right? There's got to be something's got to happen to where that amount gets balanced out between, the inflows and outflows, and that's got to come through Congress.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of different ways they could do it. There's a lot of different ways to solve the problem. My hope is, and my belief is that they will solve that problem, but we haven't seen a lot of evidence,
Yeah.
and everybody would like to see a little bit of evidence, to get to the place where this is just a decided issue and it's no longer a problem out there. Most people my age, which, I'm about 50, and my age and younger believe that Social Security is probably not going to be there.
Yeah.
And, that's unfortunate. There should be, because all these folks have paid into the system, there should be a way to, collect the benefit. And I believe there will be, but the belief is that, generally speaking, that there's not going to be that benefit there.
Yeah. So Congress has kind of limited. Number one, they have to work together, and
Yep.
without getting political, we know that can be a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then number two, they have to work from the options that they have on the table. What are the general categories of options that they have for ensuring the long-term stability of Social Security?
Yeah. One, just to answer this question maybe a little bit, I think they enjoy having the issue to bat it back and forth.
Yeah.
Red or blue, doesn't matter. I think they enjoy having that issue to have out there, when elections come along every 2 years, every 4 years. But, as far as solving the problem, they've got to either reduce benefits, or they've got to increase the tax, or increase the number of people that are paying the tax, which is, they can do that by, pushing back benefit dates. They could reduce benefits. I think that's going to be difficult to do because
Yeah.
the voting block, that is 62 or 65 plus or 67 plus is a block that votes all the time. And I think it'd be pretty tough politically to change that a lot. I think they could take a lower age and increase the age of benefit. That would create more people that are likely paying into the system. Again, the other option is they could increase the tax amount, the percentage,
Mhm.
that's paid into Social Security. That's a possible option, and of course, then reduce benefits. But I just think the reduced benefits, honestly, Roy, is a tough one, and
Yeah.
I don't
It's a
see
tough sell.
I don't see them doing that for the group that is going to receive benefits very soon or is currently receiving benefits. I think that's going to be very tough to get done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's probably going to be some mix of the other.
Yeah. That's fair enough. So they do have options. I guess to your point, it is it's a good argument on the election trail,
Mm-hmm.
right? On your whistle stop tour, blaming the other people for not
Yeah.
fixing Social Security yet. It allows them to, make that point to their electorate.
Yep.
But we think Congress is probably going to do something. It's just a matter of when.
I believe they will. I think as we get close to this 2032 or 2033, whatever that date ends up being, I think that this will get solved because the impact would be too great if we move past that date in 2032, and everybody from age 65 or 67 to 100, receives a 24% cut or whatever that ends up being in benefit.
Mhm.
That's just going to be, I think, untenable from a political standpoint. So I think as we get close to that time frame, I think it gets solved, but it may not be very much before that time frame. I think it could be something that we're talking about this for, the next 6 years.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So let's get personal here, because it's all about how does this impact me? How does this impact my retirement planning? So we've kind of already made the point that we don't think Social Security the way Social Security is structured, the benefits won't disappear.
Right.
because there's always going to be some revenue into the system that pays out. They may change, right?
Yep.
But how does the uncertainty about potential Social Security benefits changes impact retirement planning today, whether you're somebody in your early 40s, barely approaching 50, or maybe into retirement and beyond?
Yeah, that's great. A great question, Roy. I think that what happens there is that the importance of Social Security has to come down in a personal retirement plan. I mean, we believe it's going to be there. There's going to be a benefit there, going to be available to most all of our clients.
Yeah.
But the importance of that's got to come down because there is now an unknown factor
Yeah.
that's with that benefit. So we really encourage our clients to, cover the vast majority of their retirement through their own personal planning. If they do have a pension and they have other things, that would be included as well. But through retirement saving on their own, where they can kind of control their destiny. And then, if they get this benefit from Social Security, it's just it's an added benefit. It's a little extra, and it's something that can help them and benefit them in retirement. But it's not the key thing that they're hoping for working out for them down the road. So
Yeah. So basically, and I'll admit, maybe I'm drawn to this world because I think this way already, but I've always thought I'll plan as if Social Security isn't going to be
yeah,
there,
that's right.
and it's going to be nice icing on the cake for whatever is there. And that's generally our strategy, to find to take all these unknowns,
Yep.
which retirement planning is full of unknowns,
Yep, that's right.
but how can we create as comprehensive and as flexible of a plan as possible in the midst of all these unknowns?
Yeah. Yeah, at asset strategies, what we want to do is move as many things from the unknown column and put them into the known column.
Yeah.
Again, when you're dealing with retirement planning, that can be, a big chunk of things, as you mentioned. But if we can move a bunch of those over to the known column, that's going to create less anxiety and a little bit more peace for our clients.
That's perfect. So, if this is a concern for you, the Social Security benefits in general, or if you have other big questions about, am I ready for retirement? What do I need to have in place? What does my planning need to look like? And this applies whether you're, trying to figure out, do I take benefits at 62, at full retirement age, at 70? All those questions are questions that we answer with clients every day.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. And so if you would like to reach out and have those types of conversations with a financial advisor and at least get started, no cost, no obligation until you decide that this is really the right place for you, have those conversations. We'll include a link with this video for you to schedule a welcome call. And it's just a way to start the conversation with the team. You can have visits with the advisors and really make sure that you're really comfortable with how we would approach it before you decide to become a client. So I'll include that link with this video. And thanks so much. And thank you, Justin.
Yeah, thanks, Roy. Appreciate that. And thank you all.